EA Sports and the R&A are proud to present opening round coverage of the Open Championship. Well, this golf course goes back a long ways, to 1878, in fact. We're at Royal Troon Golf Club in Scotland. Rich Slaughter alongside Frank Nobilo. And Frank, where are some of the scoring opportunities out here?
Well, normally when the Open Championship's played, the breeze comes out of the sort of northwest, which means those first few holes are played down breeze and the closing stretch is played into the breeze. So really you sort of make your hay on the way out and then you hang on for dear life on the way in. That doesn't really change because you have some rather short par fours to start. Oh, that was sweet. Straight down the middle. Second shot.
Getting set now over the putt. So just a formality here. Even par early on. And ready to tee off here at the par 4, 391 yards second.
Yeah, it's not overly long. The biggest priority for the players is just avoiding the bunkers. All 11 of them, whether it be with your tee shot or the second hole. But at that modest length, it is very much a birdie hole.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play, very solid. That is an excellent play right there. The approach, getting him another good look. These putts keep the round together. Good birdie right there.
Yeah, this game, when you can't win, it's all about top 10s, top 20s. And currently, that's exactly where they stand.
Frank, looking at the third, what are the sort of key decisions that you have to make?
There's two bunkers down the left. They're not really the issue. They're the burn. That's about 285 yards. This is not a hole, really. You just take the driver out and swing away. Just something that stays up short of that's just going to leave you a short iron in. Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy. Great Bobby Jones used to say the hardest shot in golf's the next one. Judging by that light, it's not going to be too hard.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll. few more birdies like that, Rich, you never know, just might sneak place on the podium.
In the top 10 right now.
When he goes after it like he is here. Smoked that one.
Well, that one is deep. Every bit of that ball. 200 yards to the flagstick. Frank, this is a game, as we know, that requires thought. It's what makes it so challenging. Club selection is critical, isn't it?
It is, and you don't just blindly grab one out, and if you hit a club 150 yards and you go, this is my 150-yard club, and that's what I have. Is it wet? Is it cold? Am I into the breeze? There's all these things that make this game special. Maybe taking one more and just hitting it a little bit easier can solve all those problems.
That is classy.
A chance of going in.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Sensational effort, an eagle, and now a good move on the leaderboard.
Name up there in bright lights. Interesting to see if that gets a little attention.
Been fun so far. Let's see what's happening out at hole number 5. Frank, I've been impressed with the play to this point early in the round.
Yeah, it's solid without being spectacular, and that's actually a huge compliment.
Good-looking shot right here. He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Frank, he might like this one. He might like... Oh, he's going to love it, Frank. Oh, he's going to love it.
How far was that? That was miles away.
What a good hole. They call it the slopes. And the rough off the right-hand side of the green, really some of the most punishing on the entire course.
Yeah, and the one thing you don't want to do is actually leave it up there on that high side, because it means that you'll be chipping downhill.
Frank just continuing to make the game look easy.
This just shortens the whole golf course up when you can hit it that far.
That was just a gutsy shot right there, and a good look at eagle coming up.
It's no snap, though.
Almost. Wow. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Now comfortably inside that cut line, the former national champ makes birdie. Moving inland now, Frank, the par 4 7th hole. Do you even think about carrying those bunkers on the right?
Not really, Rich. You're trying to work that ball off the left side, because if you get caught up on the hills there on the right, then all of a sudden you can start making 5s, 6s, and all sorts of weird and wonderful numbers.
But this could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
It has been a ball striking clinic today, hitting one green after the next. Now has a tie for the lead with that birdie.
Pep in the stride.
Now the 8th hole, and if the wind permits, you can take some extra club, sort of get it up in the air and land it softly on the green. I guess the last thing you want is to come in hot and roll it off this postage stamp green.
Well, you really don't want that ball going right either. Those 2 bunkers down the right side, they're the deepest ones, and they must be avoided.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. That's good stuff right there. Wonderful approach, and now a really good look at birdie. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Bang for another birdie. 8 under par for the tournament. Frank, how does the front 9 finish up with this par 4?
Well, the par 4 9th is called the Monk. It's not overly long, 423 yards, dogleg to the right, just 1 bunker down the left to be avoided.
Frank, right where you want to be.
Wouldn't be better if it was on a tee.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Frank, not just a player, but an artist. Just beautiful work right there.
The only thing I can say, Rich, is that was Seve-esque.
Really hitting on all cylinders now. 9 under for the tournament. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
this one's sweet, Frank.
Super. Second shot. Oh, this is straight at it.
That's a really good line. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Settles in over the putt. Now -10 for the round. Frank, they call the 11th hole here at Royal Troon Railway. Maybe I'm being negative, but I think it should be called Gorse because that's all I can see on this opening shot.
Gorse certainly comes into play right and left. The problem isn't bunkers here. At 490 yards, often it plays back into the breeze. Yeah, this is not heading in the right direction.
You know, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Well, those are good numbers right there. 320, 320 yards. Just crushed it in the fairway. Oh, it looked like he caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he caught, but this is way too much.
Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
Might be. Could be. And he has it, Frank.
I don't believe it.
Back here at the 12th, and this is a hole that heads back towards the water. You might not see your tee shot land over the ridge in the middle of the fairway here, Frank, so what's the best strategy?
Well, it's called the fox, and you have to be cunning like a fox here. This one has a slight bend to the right, and a little like the previous hole, this is another fairway that certainly requires your best tee shot. It's a ginormous tee shot.
Setting up for an approach shot here. This is just a superb performance. Great round to this point, Frank, and you can really see that reflected in his mood today.
Yeah, it just looks too easy. Swinging the club beautifully. Ball's going exactly where he wants it to. He's not trying to take too many risks. So consequently, he's getting birdie opportunity after birdie opportunity.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Just 5 feet left. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it's going to hurt the course.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, break down the par 4 13th for us.
Another par 4 that bends to the right. Lots of undulation on this fairway. This is the first of 6 straight holes that head in the direction of the clubhouse. Oh, beautiful swing, and the result is every bit as good.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
Wow, that incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
Racking them and stacking them. That's 12 under par now for the tournament. Frank, what kind of par 3 is the 14th here?
You can get sucked in here, just 180 yards, which isn't considered that long. But if you look too much at the front of the green, you're going to see that's where the protection is.
Good-looking shot right here. That is classy.
They had a chance of going in.
And getting ready for the putt. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Now at the 15th at Royal Troon Golf Club, 483-yard par 4. This, Frank, is one of the hardest holes in the course.
It's certainly a stout par 4 at that distance. If you're playing it into a head breeze, then 260 yards is certainly going to be a big tee shot. But 260 yards takes all the bunkers out of play.
Nice long tee shot there and a good lie, Frank. A good 200 yards away from a good lie in the fairway. No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie.
It's that sneaky distance.
Frank, there's an old basketball announcer who used to say when a ball went in and out of the cylinder, just the way that one did, he would say, ringtail howitzer. And that one just didn't go in. Frank, here's the only par 5 on the back 9 at Royal Troon.
You'd think at 542 yards it would be reachable, but the burn that cuts across really limits the tee shot to about 280 yards. So it's very much about placing that second shot in a good distance for your third.
In the 1997 Open Championship here at Royal Troon.
Oh, he's winding this one up. Does he have the power though?
I mean, that is one of the hardest drives I've ever seen. Just let it rip. They'll be happy with that in the fairway. Now a good chance to attack this hole. Okay, the second shot now at this par 5. That was a big, bold strike, and now a chance for a big, bold move. Putt for eagle coming up. Frank, I thought that was in. So the eagle goes begging. He still has this for birdie.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point.
Go ahead and do that for birdie. Final par 3 here at Royal Troon. It's the 17th, and what kind of a hole is it, Frank?
Well, this takes your best long iron shot. Normally plays back into the prevailing breeze. You miss this green on the left, it will run all the way down the hill. The bunkers might look short, but if your tee shot isn't hit properly, it'll puff up into that breeze and certainly find a pot bunker.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Superb shot.
It's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Headed to rarefied territory already. 15 under par for the round. Frank, at the 1989 Open Championship, Greg Norman was in great position in that playoff with Mark Calcavecchi, and I believe it was Wayne Grady. What happened to Norman?
Well, he started off tremendous in the playoff. The playoff was 1, 2, 17, and 18. He birdied the first and the second hole. Missed the 17th green just on the left. Took 3 from the edge, which allowed Calcavecchi and Wayne Grady back in. Then took driver up off 18. It bounced just one hop too far and found that bunker on the right side. And of course, the rest was history, and Mark Calcavecchi was crowned the Open champion.
And the Great White Shark, so often so unlucky at major championships.
He has just hammered this drive here at the 18th, and now he is in a really good position
To make a birdie here on the final hole. I mean, that's how the game is played, right there.
He's just making it look so easy. That birdie coming up, formality.
He's made it. Well, Frank, round one in the books. Look who's on top of the leaderboard.
And that's with some strong play today. They don't really need to look back. Strong play heading into the second round tomorrow.